Oliver Olmsted was born in New York in 1838. He moved to Illinois, where in 1861 he enlisted in the Union Army. We have letters written during his Civil War service to his brother in New York. He was discharged as a major in 1866. Royal married Amanda Townsend, daughter of his regimental commander. One of their sons was James Edwin Olmsted, born in 1872. He served in the Spanish-American War. James Edwin Olmsted, known as Ed, married Sadie Robinson, shown here with a group of friends at Seven Falls, near Colorado Springs. Sadie's grandson, John Gerald Olmsted, visited Seven Falls in 1988. Ed Olmsted worked for the post office in Colorado Springs. Sadie and Ed's first child, Royal Edwin Olmsted, was born in 1903. Rachel Youngblood Robertson, shown here holding Ratio in this 1907 Robertson family photo, was Sadie Robertson Olmsted's mother. Rachel Youngblood Robertson is our family's claim to having Indian blood. Royal and Ratio at the Olmsted family home in Colorado Springs. Written on the back of this photo is Cousin Herbert Pace holding Ratio, Cousin Kitty, Sadie, Royal, Ed, Uncle George Pace, Grandfather Olmsted, and Aunt Emily. Emily was one of Royal's two daughters, and she married George Pace. This is the only picture we have of Amanda Townsend, daughter of Royal's regimental commander during the Civil War. Jerry's great-grandfather, Royal, died in 1921 in Pueblo, Colorado. The next three undated pictures are of Ed Olmsted and Sadie in later life. On the back is written, "Somewhere on the road in New Mexico." This is one loaded down car. Royal married Marguerite Regan in 1926. This may have been a wedding photo. Augustus Perron of French Village, Illinois, married Barbara Renderer. Augustus and Barbara had 9 children. Rose Lily Perron, on the left, is Jerry's grandmother, pictured here with her sister, Ida. Several of these young ladies have the last name of Perron. I suppose they are Rose's sisters or cousins. Matthew Francis Regan, Jerry's great-grandfather, was a doctor in New York. A patient of his presented this portrait in lieu of payment. Frank Regan was a surgeon in the 164th New York Regiment during the Civil War. He served from 1861 to 1864 when he was wounded and given a disability discharge. Frank married Adeline Moran Drake in 1968. Jerry's sister Peggy has this oil painting of Adeline. These grand old ladies are aunts of Adeline Drake. In the center is Mary Chase. We have a wooden memento box that belonged to her with MC and Sterling on the lid. Frank and Adeline had 3 sons, one of whom was David Arthur, born in 1874. He was a gold prospector, a sort of soldier of fortune. He ran a gas station in later life. David Regan married Rose Lily Perron. first child was Marguerite Barbara Regan, born in 1906, known as Peggy. This is Jerry's mother. The twins, Vincent and Arthur, were born in 1910. The Regan family home on North El Paso in Colorado Springs. This picture was taken for a movie producer. He called her out to Hollywood to do a screen test, but her parents wouldn't let her go. The Regan family, David, Peggy, Arthur, Vincent, Rose, and the youngest child, Rosemary. Peggy Regan married Roy Olmsted on September 23, 1926. The first four Olmsted children were Peggy, David, Joe, and Jerry. Roving photographers went door to door back then with horses and other props. The complete Olmsted family: Royal, David, Peggy, Joe, Peggy, Judy, Jerry, and Artie. Royal died in 1974. Peggy died in 1989, both of smoking-related diseases.
To all whom it may concern, know ye that Major Royal O. Olmsted enlisted from Burin County, Illinois, August 16, 1861, and was mustered into the United States service at Camp Lyon, Peoria, Illinois, August 16, 1861, as a private of Company D, 47th Regiment, Illinois Volunteer Infantry, under Captain John C. Townsend and Colonel John Briner, to serve 3 years or during the war. The regiment was assigned to Moyer's Brigade, Tuttle's Division 15, the 16th Corps Army of the Tennessee, and he participated in the following engagements: New Madrid, Missouri; Farmington, Mississippi; Siege of Corinth, Utica, Holly Springs, Jackson, Mississippi; Siege of Vicksburg, Mechanicsburg, Richmond, Louisiana; Tupelo, Mississippi; Abbeville, Nashville, Tennessee; Siege of Mobile, including Spanish Fort and Fort Barkley. Royal O. Olmsted was promoted to Orderly Sergeant August 16, 1861, Second Lieutenant January 28, 1863, Captain of Company A October 11, 1864, and Major of Regiment January 14, 1865. He was wounded at the siege of Spanish Fort and Fort Barkley by gunshot in the left ankle and confined in Division Hospital in Alabama about 2 days. Was mustered out with regiment January 20, 1866 at Springfield, Illinois, on account of the close of the war.
When we got this document, it had been folded in a box for 100 years with a bunch of other photographs. We had it professionally framed. I hope that whatever grandchild ends up with this picture will have enough money to be able to make copies for any of the other cousins who would like one.